reviewOutlaw.com. I was going online looking for wine bottle chandelier to put over where our wine station is. They're like $1,000. So we had the idea to make my own. These are some bottles that I already cut. As you can see, they cut pretty evenly. And it's the first time I've done it, so it actually was a lot easier than I thought. This is the Kinkajou bottle cutter. I got it off Amazon. I used this piece of just plastic so it would slide easy. The idea behind it is this doesn't cut the glass, it scores it so then you can pop it using hot and cold water. So what you do is you size it in here, take the bottles off if it's going to hit the bottle, you don't want to do that. And then what you do is take these bolts and tighten them up as tight as you can, but try to make both sides kind of even. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you want it kind of even. You don't want to tighten one side too many. So you just tighten it like hand tight, not too tight. Now as you notice, if you look here, make sure you use safety glasses. The blade isn't touching the bottle yet. Then what you do, once you get these this tight, is you push these two down, which lock it in. Make sure you push this down so this is like flat, flat, and this is flat before you put the blade down. This way it's going to meet right around. Now as you see when I do this, it drops the blade down. I'm going to hold this. You don't want to turn the cutter, you want to turn the bottle. And you'll hear it. And what you're doing is just scoring the bottle. You're going to go all the way around. Now, you're going to go all the way around to hear a popping sound. You don't want to go farther than the popping sound because you'll ruin the blade. You don't want to go over that spot. Now, I'm starting to near. You can see the piece right here, the mark. And you're going to hear it when it hits. It's like popping. So that's been scored all the way around. Now if you did it right, now before you take it off, you want to lift your blade off the bottle before you lift up. It should hit, it hit perfectly where it should go. So now what you're going to do, and don't do it too tightly because I did it the first time, bottom really doesn't matter. These two things, all of these do is keep the water in the spot that you want it on. So you go like this and just put it on tight, slide it up, but don't make it on this part of the bottle up here. Don't make it too tight because if you do, it cracks the bottle. And then the bottom part, like I'm doing bottom so it doesn't matter because it's really thick. And just pull it up. And this is boiling water. I boiled this in the kettle beforehand. Do it low to the sink. You might even want to put paper towels in the sink or something. It's going to be, and what you do is you're just pouring it, and you don't need a lot. You're doing very little. These two channels are keeping the water right where it should go, not all over the bottle. Turn the bottle over. And it's not as much water as it is just heating that. You want it right where you can see the line. Once it's been on for it, then you use cold water right from the tap. You can even let it run sometimes. Did you hear that crack? Now you don't want to keep it high because a lot of times, once that's going there, you do it again. And see how it fell right off. Take this piece here. Now this one's no good actually. A little bit of a, well you could sand it, but as you can see like these, part of the score, these are perfect. So you want to use a bunch of bottles because some come out perfect, some come out like that. The other thing you want to do is when you're done, you could fix this. You could sand that right down. Is they give you sandpaper. This is only 80 grit. But when you sand, make sure it's wet. You want to do it when it's wet. Because if you don't, you're going to get like sawdust, but it's like, you know, from glass. You don't want to get hail back. Always do it when it's wet. You can use different grades. This is an 80. You can use different grades of sandpaper to sand this down. And you can actually get this, once you bevel it and stuff, to look just like a glass of that you would drink out of. It just takes a little time. Now, if you look closely, you can actually see the grit from me sanding it. You want to make sure that that's rinsed. Like I said, this is the first time I've done it. I'm going to make a bunch of these. And when we do the next steps, I'll show you what we plan on doing. Is coming up with some kind of pendant light that's going to go in here. I'll probably use the cork from the inside to hang it. I'm going to put a wheel, and that's going to be an actual chandelier when we're done. The next steps we will show you when we get to them.